There were no votes taken in executive session. Okay. No. There's no correspondence, public comments on agenda items 5 through 11. And let's see, we'll go right to new business. Joe, you want to hit that? You got it. Want me to get it? Okay. We need approval on the St. Joseph School of Nursing Education Agreement.
I make a motion to move that to the next meeting per our legal advice to have that conversation with St. Joseph's.
Okay, we'll place that on hold.
Second by Mr. De Silva.
Motion by Mrs. Picard, second by Mr. De Silva. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. The next item is the winter ball. We need a motion on the contract.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Iannetta, seconded by Mrs. Picard and the entire committee. Discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item is the discussion and vote on the superintendent of schools, disciplinary action. Mrs. Picard.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of the superintendent, effective immediately, without any contingency. The school committee will hire the town auditor to review all of the superintendent's expenditures, along with all of the expenditures from the previous finance director. Pending that outcome, the school committee shall report the results to appropriate law enforcement authorities.
Second by the entire committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Chairman, members of the school committee, be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the home school request as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Iannetta,
Second by Mr. De Silva.
Mr. De Silva. Discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the retirements as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Andriozzi, I believe. Discussion, second.
Second by Mr. De Silva.
Mr. Silva, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the resignations as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Andriozzi, seconded by Mr. Cataldi. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the leave of absences as submitted.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Iannetta.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Silva. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
We have a number of appointments tonight, so be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the appointments as submitted, and that would include the appointment of the interim superintendent of schools, Mr. Robert O'Brien, and the interim finance director, Ms. Dina Dutremble.
Motion by
Second.
Second by the entire committee.
Talley, seconded by the entire committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted.
We have a number of the appointees in the audience tonight, including Mr. O'Brien, who comes to North Providence, very familiar with the town as a resident, so we are very fortunate to have you, Mr. O'Brien. Thank you. And any of the teachers that we appointed, if you would stand, please.
Mr. Goho.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve a 3-year contract for our P-TECH director, Mrs. Melissa Caffrey.
So moved.
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Picard. Second by the entire committee. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Next item is use of property. Do we have a request on use of property? Okay. You want to move it, Joe? Just say. Yeah. One request? Okay. All right. Just move it, Joe.
Yeah, we're going to move that item?
Yeah.
Okay. Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the use of property request as submitted.
Okay, motion by Mr. Iannetta, seconded by Mr. Cataldi. Discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Bills?
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the list of bills as submitted.
Discussion? I'll make a motion for discussion purposes.
I'll second that for discussion purposes.
Okay, motion by Mrs. Picard, seconded by
Da Silva.
Silva.
There are
Discussion.
several items on the list of bills that I'd like researched before placing my vote, so I'm going to ask the school committee to move this. And I know we're considering moving to a special meeting for next week, so I ask that move that to the next meeting.
Okay. We will ask that the bills be placed on next week's agenda. We're going to have a special meeting anyway.
So that's in the form of a motion to...
That is in the form of a motion.
I'll second that.
All right. Motion by Mr. Card, seconded by Mr. Silva.
Excuse me,
Discussion?
I have a discussion. Is that all the bills or certain bills? Because I'd like to make a motion that we hold off paying all the bills.
That is my motion. The
Okay,
motion
it
is for
is?
all the bills to be moved to the next meeting's agenda.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted.
I'd like
The
to
minutes?
approve and seal the executive session minutes for May 23rd, June 13th, and July 18th pursuant and applicable to Rhode Island General Law 42-46-4 and 5.
Second
Motion
by
by
Mr. Da
Mr. Card,
Silva.
seconded by Mr. Silva and the entire committee. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
And I'd like to make a motion to approve the general session minutes for May 23rd, June 13th, June 20th, and July 18th.
And
Motion by Ms. Picard, seconded by the entire committee. Discussion, all those in favor?
aye.
Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Motion to adjourn is in order.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Ms.
Second.
Picard, second the entire committee. Meeting is adjourned at 7:45 of us.